Welcome back, all you fragrance fanatics and beauty babes. I hope you had an amazing weekend. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some dupes, and specifically some Kayali dupes, and we're going to find out which is best. So let's get started. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. And if you are new here, hi, my name is Jamie, and welcome to the Thunderdome. 2 perfumes enter, 1 perfume leaves. If you're squeamish, you may want to look away. No, but seriously, I have 3 Middle Eastern perfumes here that are duping 3 Kayali perfumes that I have owned and I have worn several times and I'm very familiar with. There's a lot of the Middle Eastern perfumes, they're duping something, but a lot of the times I've never smelled the original of what they're duping, because usually it's like a niche perfume that's out of my price range. So I can't really compare those particular types of dupes. But with these ones, I can, because I'm very familiar with the Kayali perfumes. So we have December Vanilla. All these are by Paris Corner, by the way. We have the Pistachio Khair and the new and exciting Khair Fusion. And I've seen some websites where it says Khair Fusion Lychee, and some websites don't say lychee in it, so I'm not really sure. It just says Khair Fusion on the bottle though. So let's start off with the December Vanilla, or December Vanille, depending on what website you're looking at, because sometimes there's an A at the end and sometimes there's not. I don't know. This one has the exact same notes as the Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli. Now this one is a mouthful for sure. Out of all of the Kayali perfumes, I think this one is the longest lasting, and I think this one is the best. This one is my favorite Kayali perfume, and honestly, one of the only ones really worth getting a full bottle of, in my opinion. Love this perfume. So we're going to start off by discussing the original here. This one it takes you on a sensory journey. I love that. It has so much going on in this. In the beginning, it's like this, you get this booziness and this vanilla orchid, and then it almost seems like you're in the middle of this spice market because of all these different spices around. And then as it starts to dry down some, you get this warm, sweet, delicious creme brulee. And then it's like it's mixed in and almost followed by this smooth, sensual leather. And it's all blended so well as it's going down. And in the base, you get this brown, so you get an oud and a patchouli and an amber. But these 3 things have been put into a boiling pot of sugar, brown sugars, cane sugars, all the sugars in this boiling pot. And it's almost like caramelizing the patchouli and the oud and the amber. And it's just it's delicious. It's sweet, it's got a little spiciness, it's warm, it's got so much going on. And I absolutely love this one for fall and winter. So with this dupe here, this one is by Paris Corner, and this smells exactly like what I just described with this one. They are identical. However, this one is a lighter version. It's a toned down version of the original Kayali. So for some people, that might be a plus. But for me, I personally like it a little bit stronger. And then also, this one, it still lasts a great amount of time, but it doesn't last as long as the original. This one surprisingly lasts a really long time on the skin, and that's surprising because usually the Kayali ones don't last very long. On at least not on my skin, at least. On other people, that could be different. So this one is around the $45 range for 100 ml. The original Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli. I always have to look at the name because I always screw it up. Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli. This one retails for about $138 for 100 mil. So 45 and 138. So that's another thing you got to kind of take into consideration here. So the question is, which one is the winner? Which one would I either splurge or save and get the cheaper option? I would splurge. I think that the original, I think Kayali did, she, props to her. Mona, she did an excellent job on this. It's amazing. It is one of my favorite, like it's up there in my top 10, you guys, of all my perfume. It's really, really good one. I would definitely splurge on the 100 ml bottle of this over this one. Now, do I still love this one? Yes. I mean, I've already got it. I'm going to keep it. It's beautiful. But what I've been doing for the time being is, if it's not now because it's spring, but when it's fall, I'm going to spray myself down, just like, because I'm a heavy sprayer. Spray myself down with this and then go back in lightly with this one because this one's more expensive. This one is cheaper, so I can just, spray to my little heart's content. So I'll do that for the time being. I'll spray myself down, then spray a little bit of this to make this last longer. And then when I'm empty of these, I will purchase a full bottle of the original Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugar Patchouli. I wish the name was different, but anyway, I'm going to buy the 100 ml of this versus going back out and getting the dupe of this. So long story short, Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugar Patchouli is the winner for this round. Next up, we have the Pistachio Khair. This one, if you've been on my channel for a while, you already know this is it's a love of mine. This is one of my very favorite out of every Middle Eastern perfume I own. This one is at least in the top 3 for sure. Maybe the top one. I'll have to really go through and see them all, but it's up there. It is one of my very favorites. This one has the same type of notes as the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. I had that one. I don't have it with me now because I ended up selling it on Mercari. But when I did have both of them, I was able to compare side by side. And not just me, but I went around my house and was like, which one smells better, or do they smell the same, or, whatever. I didn't tell them which one was what or anything about it. And they all chose this one. They said that the other one had a little bit of a soapy smell to it, a little bit of clean smell to it. So with this one, I feel like the smell is identical to the Yum Pistachio Gelato by Kayali. However, the Yum Pistachio Gelato is a cold ice cream. It's like a cold marshmallow, boozy ice cream right out of the freezer with some pistachios sprinkled on top. This one is a warm one. This marshmallow milkshake has been sitting out for a little while. It's warmed up a little bit. And you also get like marshmallow milkshake with like whipped cream on top and then like sprinklings of all different types of nuts. And it's a little bit boozy as well, just like the original. But with this one, I don't get any soapiness from this one. I just don't. I don't get any soapiness from this one. It almost seems a little bit, they're both light in the sense that you could wear them year round. But this one does have a little bit more of a thickness to it, a thicker, warmer marshmallow milkshake, but still very light to where I couldn't imagine seeing any problems with wearing this, in summertime, wintertime, whenever you want to wear it. This Pistachio Khair retails for around the $38, $40 range. And the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato, for the same amount of product, is around the $138 range. So, so that's something else to think about. I really think this bottle is so cute, by the way. Love this. Mainly because I can hold on to the lid and it's not going to pop off. Like with the Kayali ones, a lot of times if you try to pick them up by the lid, they slip off. But I really appreciate that. That's just an added side note. So there can only be one winner. Is it Paris Corner Pistachio Khair or the original Yum Pistachio Gelato by Kayali? I'm going to have to give it up to Pistachio Khair. This is, I mean, I've got to take a second to clap because Paris Corner, you have made a masterpiece. This is perfection in a bottle. And I think this is absolutely worth every penny, in my opinion. So Pistachio Khair is the winner for this round. The last two that are going to be battling it out is the Kayali Eden Sparkling Lychee versus the new Khair Fusion. Now, depending on what website you go on, it will say Khair Fusion Lychee or Khair Fusion. So I don't know the exact name of it. And also the notes, depending on where you're going, if you're on Instagram or depending on what website you're on, the notes can vary some. I've seen some that say brown sugar in the base, some that say no sugar in the base. I've seen some that have the lemon in it, some that don't have the lemon in it. So I don't know. It's supposed to have the same notes as, the Eden Sparkling Lychee. So let's take a minute and talk about the Eden Sparkling Lychee by Kayali. That one I have also decluttered and sold on Mercari a while back. And that one, it was flirty, it was fun, feminine, a very happy perfume. It had, now with the Eden Sparkling Lychee, when I originally purchased it, I thought, I was under the impression that it was going to have like a champagne-y fizz to it. Not necessarily a booziness, because nothing in the notes suggested that it would be boozy. But when I picked it up, and all the advertisement that I saw for it when it came out made it seem like it was going to be very fizzy, bubbly, like carbonation. And I was kind of a little disappointed when I didn't get that from Eden Sparkling Lychee. It had a lot of like a citric acid, very lemony citric acid that was giving it this fizz, an uplifting feel. And when the first few weeks that I had it, it was very lemony citric acid. But then as it settled down, as it, I guess it just needed to macerate a little longer, it became more of a fruity gummy bear type of feel, but it still had a little bit of that citric acid fizz to it to keep it bubbly and happy. Not in a carbonation way. If you know what I'm talking about with the citric acid, if you've ever had like candies that have that on there, it's kind of a little bit sour and it has almost like a bubbly quality when you put it in your mouth. But it's not necessarily like a carbonation type of bubbles. So Paris Corner Khair Fusion. This one is their newest one that got released. And when I first sprayed this out, it does smell exactly like the Eden Sparkling Lychee, identical in the dry down. Like, what do I mean by the Eden Sparkling Lychee with a little bit more, like I said, the citric acid bubbles and a little bit citrusy in the opening. And then as it dried down, it became this fruity gummy bear body splash. This one skips the opening completely. It doesn't do that fizzy, bubbly, citrusy opening. It doesn't have that not for me. I mean, you can see I've been playing around with this. Like I've got a pretty big dent going already. I really enjoy this one. But it doesn't have that opening that the Eden Sparkling Lychee does. It goes straight into the dry down of Eden Sparkling Lychee. if that makes sense. I'm really trying to describe myself the best I can. It goes straight, as soon as you spray it out, for me, on my skin, always remember, this is just how a perfume reacts to my skin chemistry. This is just how I smell a perfume. You always, everyone's so different. So don't just take, my word for it, because my skin could be totally different. Different climates can make perfume smell different. You just never know. But for me personally, it smells identical to the Eden Sparkling Lychee as a dry down. It goes straight into this body splash, gummy bear, sweet, fruity, perfume. Very, very fun, feminine, flirty, same vibe, same thing going on here. And actually, I was testing this out in here, playing around with it before, and my youngest daughter came in here, and she was like, all right, Mom, where is it? And I'm like, where's what? She's like, the candy. Give it up. Because she knows I hide candy like all over the house because, if you're a mom, you got candy stashes somewhere in your house. Don't worry, I won't tell your kids. But so she knows I've got candy stashed everywhere. And she's like, I'm smelling gummy bears. Where are the gummy bears? And I'm like, that's my perfume. You're smelling my perfume. And she's like, oh, Mommy, that smells so good. So don't take it from me. Take it from an 8-year-old. She knows what she's talking about. But yeah, it does have that fruity gummy bear feel to it. And this one is lasting about the same amount of time. I'm getting about 5 hours out of it. But when you are getting a body splash type of, I say body splash, it's because it's not quite aquatic, but it's got that, that body splash vibe to it. Fruity, sweet body splash. When you have that, you don't expect miracles. It's not going to be beast mode. It's not going to project like crazy and last forever on your skin, like something like one of my coffee perfumes would or something. But I think 5 hours is fine. And I'm wondering if I let it sit, will it do even better? I don't know. And also, as I'm going about my day, I get whiffs of it here and there. Like it creates a pretty nice scent bubble. And I get lots of different, like when the wind is blowing by or my hair move, like you can get like a whiff of it. And it's just really happy, uplifting, just like the original. This one, for the time being, is retailing, well, it varies depending on what website you're on, but it's around the $40 range for this one, for the Khair Fusion. And I think that it's just because it's newer. I really think that once the hype dies down, it's going to go down to the price range of the original Khair and the Khair Pistachio. But for the time being, it's a little bit pricier. So around the 40, I've seen 45 some places, so around the $40 to $45 range. And for the 100 ml of the Sparkling Lychee by Kayali, it's going to be $138. So price difference. Oh, and I also wanted to bring up that this one kind of gives off the same vibe as Mood Ring by Fleur. Now, for like a 50 ml of that, it's $90. And that one only lasts maybe 10 minutes on my skin. And then there's no more gummy bear smell to it. It's so disappointing. But with this one, it has that gummy bear feel for hours and hours. And it's so much cheaper, so much cheaper. So it really depends on your personal preference. If you really enjoy the opening of the Eden Sparkling Lychee, then you might want to splurge and go with that one. But the dry down is this in a bottle. So for me personally, I am loving this because I will say it almost, that gummy bear fruity sweetness it's a little bit sweet, a little bit more intensified, not by much. I'm splitting hairs here, but it's a little bit more amplified in this one. And I love the dry down of the Eden Sparkling Lychee, so why not go with this one? So for me personally, I feel like Pear's Corner Khair Fusion is the winner for this round. Now we're going into bonus round against these two. They're both beautiful in their own right, both very different perfumes. But if somebody was to come to me and say, you know, I really only have money for one of them, or I really don't want to have a bunch, you know, just tell me which one is the best. I would definitely, hands down, the Pistachio Khair is my absolute favorite. If somebody told me I could only have one of these perfumes, it wouldn't even be a contest. This one is the winner. But I am so glad I have this one. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. And I don't want to get rid of it or anything. I'm just saying if somebody were to ask me, you know, which one, it would be this one is my favorite. So I would love to get your all's opinions in the comment section below. What do you think about these dupes? What do you think about what I've said? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I love and respect and appreciate everyone's opinions, even if they don't, align with what my opinions are. That doesn't matter to me. I think that everyone's opinions are so valuable and important and completely welcome on this channel. So please let me know what you think about these perfumes if you've gotten them in. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.